So now we're going to shift a little bit. There's Jackie. Jackie Taylor's going to come up from Ernst & Young, and she's going to talk about strategies for digital marketing success. Come on up. You know, it's blue and black day.
I know.
Theme, right?
Boy, have times changed. So for high school, I attended a college preparatory school in the South. And I have great memories and experiences of a phone booth. So we had a room that was a common area, and there were these side-by-side phone booths. And we call home and update everybody by going into the booth with a calling card, sticking your feet up, closing the door, and updating. I went back and visited my old high school in Virginia, and I was kind of sad because, there were no phone booths. But I started to think about the students, the girls who were there, it's an all-girls school, and the fact that they'll never get the benefit of that camaraderie, that in-person connection, and the fun that we had, because now they have cell phones, right? So they've got their cell phones, they've got FaceTime, they've got social media, so they'll never crave that community and connection. They've gone digital. Things have changed. Similarly, over the years, our businesses, right? Businesses of all sizes and shapes have turned to digital marketing solutions to improve customer experience. And this has largely been driven by just the sheer availability of powerful tools and platforms, as well as the customer demand, right? We as consumers are now demanding a more personalized and digital experience. So now today, I'm not going to bore you with the nostalgia of my high school days, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about creating a digital customer experience and the impact that it can have on your business performance. And I'll be sure to give you some examples that we can all relate to. So let's talk about the basics. We'll get that out of the way. Creating a great customer experience starts with your website, other digital assets that you have, and making sure those assets are user-friendly, that they're fast, that it's secure. Those are table stakes. You want a clear, simple, easy to navigate, experience that loads on any device. It also means, beyond the digital, knowing who your customers are, what they want, and how to give it to them. And that's more than just meeting them halfway. That's about meeting them where they are. Because after all, digital marketing is about using your online presence in different digital channels, right, to meet your customers where they are. First, you need to have a strong, well-thought-out, on-brand message, and it needs to be instantly recognizable by your market. But it also needs to communicate something meaningful. People do business with people, and people do business with people that they know and people that they trust. So your message needs to evoke emotional reactions and connection, and it can't fall flat. Your brand is your persona and an opportunity for digital connection. Your brand is an opportunity for digital connection. Jackie, what do you mean digital connection? You meant to say human connection. No, I meant digital connection. And if you don't believe that there's a such thing as digital connection, I'm going to remind you of my morning routine. So here goes. Alexa, what's the weather today? Good morning. The weather's 67 degrees and sunny with a chance of showers in the afternoon. Have a great day, Jackie. Thank you, Alexa. You too. Don't laugh. I know I'm not the only one who says, have a good day, right, to that little cylinder. But I have a digital connection. She's my bestie to Alexa. She answers my question. She makes suggestions on things I may need to purchase. And she can even tell me what I have to do that day. So the lesson is that you have the opportunity, from a business perspective, to boost your organizational performance with a digital persona. The proof, because I will always provide you with proof, I'm going to give you proof in Wendy's, one of my favorite restaurants. So Wendy's has a very active digital presence, huge persona, over 3.5 million followers, personality galore. I don't know if you guys have seen, about 8 million likes and impressions on Facebook alone. They've got a series of things where they share behind-the-scenes content and things of the like. Wendy's has got a great persona. Do you guys remember their traditional marketing before disruption? Anybody remember the commercial they're famous for? Where's the beef? Exactly. So they have matured from traditional marketing to digital marketing. And let me tell you something. If you haven't checked out the Wendy's, Twitter or, Instagram, you need to. So I will bring you back to 2018. In 2018, IHOP decided to rename itself IHOB, right? For instead of International House of Pancakes, it was International House of Burgers. Well, the personas went crazy. So one consumer, right, actually tagged Wendy's and said, "Hey, Wendy's, you're just going to let IHOP sell burgers on your block? I thought you were the OG." And Wendy's says, "I'm not really afraid of burgers from a place that decided pancakes were too hard." Okay? So when you think about your digital persona, when you do your SWOT analysis and things like that for strategic plans, think of your competitors. Because immediately after Wendy said that, White Castle decided to pile on, slinging its own saucy remarks, and said, "We are excited to announce that we'll now be switching our name to Pancake Castle." Right? Moon Pie said, "Good one, digital high five to Wendy's. That was funny." Burger King then went in with a similar joke, changing its name and its little picture to Pancake King. I'm sharing with this with you to say that exchange and a series of other exchanges were ways for the brand to connect through its persona with its consumer base. Ultimately, we all know IHOP ended up changing its name, right, back to IHOP, and they admitted that it was part of wanting to create stir because they had a new line of burgers. And you may be curious, because I don't want to leave you hanging, like, how did they end that online, issue? Well, IHOP said, all is good, Wendy's, we don't want any beef. Ha ha. Beyond the customer experience basics, it's also important to create an experience that's tailored to your individual customers. So that's going to mean personalizing your content in a way that they can see it, that you understand your consumers' preferences and you interact with them, and that they can interact with your brand, similar to that scenario, in a way that is meaningful for them. So this could mean using chatbots, allowing your customers to do simple things like save their preferences or things they like, enabling them to make purchases or engage with you with just a few clicks for ease of use. Now, you said, "Jackie, this sounds really fun, the online personas, but does a sophisticated digital strategy actually boost business performance?" Yes. So the research shows that companies who prioritize customer experience actually outperform those who don't prioritize it. And according to a recent PwC study on customer experience, 78% of companies that prioritize customer experience an increase in revenues. And then once you attract those customers, then you can focus on customer experience, continue that journey. You end up keeping these customers. According to Salesforce, customer retention rates for companies with a great customer experience are up to almost 90% higher than those who do not focus on customer experience. You guys focusing on your customer experience? The lesson: organizations with great customer experience have higher revenue, higher customer loyalty, and higher customer retention rates. You find them, they stay, and they pay. What do I mean by that? Well, that same study that I referenced also said that these customers who are excited about a good customer experience are willing and do pay 16% more because they wanted a good experience. Not to mention, once you have a good customer experience, the data does show that it does lead to more efficient operations, lower costs, and really helping you accelerate your business strategy. So let's wrap by talking about how your organizations, now that we know the what, how can your organizations leverage technology to create those better customer experiences? Artificial intelligence, automation, data-driven insights, those are all increasingly accessible, right? You can't go anywhere, as our prior speaker said, without being able to access those capabilities. But are you leveraging those capabilities in your companies to more easily customize, personalize, and automate your customer interactions? You should also look to these same emerging technologies, such as augmented reality and virtual reality, to create more immersive experiences for your customers. And by immersive, I mean give them no choice but to act. So I love chocolate. And who doesn't love chocolate? And I don't know about you, but I try as much as I can when I go grocery shopping not to do it while I'm hungry, but inevitably, by the time I have time to go shopping, I'm hungry. I'm super successful at getting through the store without buying chocolate. But then traditional marketing comes through, and what happens? I get to the register, and right there is all the chocolate. And it only takes a split second to just from the magazines and throw it on the belt. And then by the time it goes on the belt, they swipe it, it's in the bag. There's nothing I can do at that point. I gotta eat the chocolate, right? I love it. There's no backseas at that point. But I realized that I had to do something. So I said, I'm gonna start shopping online, Instacart, Target. It's like, they're not gonna get me then. I'm gonna go to my list, I'm gonna save it, I'm just gonna check out. But because of artificial intelligence and things, now when I go to those same sites to shop online, chocolate pops up. It just pops up. It's suggested. Did you know that this was on sale? And so because they realize that 86% of US adults have in fact, if you have a cell phone, raise your hand. Okay, we're like 100% in this room. But 86% of US adults have cell phones. They are doing things to access mobile. And for those of you who are thinking about the other 14%, the data shows that your consumer base is in the 86%. The 86% is about $75,000 or more in salary, has the purchasing habits that you're looking at. The 13% is largely over 65 and less than $30,000 in income. So it represents that 86% of mobile represents 100% of your potential customer base, right? And so the mere fact that I've mentioned the word chocolate, I don't know how many times here with you guys, I can guarantee that before I get to my car, if I pull up my newsfeed, you ever had that happen to you? Chocolate will show up on my newsfeed. So if you have a phone, just touch it. Just touch your phone. This is how we are measuring and being able to increase our business performance. This is how you boost your revenues as an organization. So everybody just humor me all at once. Say, give me a boost. Give me a boost. Great. So now in addition to chocolate, I hope my new book coming out in May, Give Me a Boost, also pops up on your newsfeed. That's how that works. The lesson, be sure to leverage emerging technology to boost performance. The proof, IKEA, I'll give you an example. And IKEA is just one scenario. They have the View in Room 3D, where customers can virtually project the furniture in your room. So you have it up, and you say, I would love to see what that chair looks like here. And they will show you exactly what it looks like in your room. And then you absolutely have to have it, right? They recognize that it's impacting their purchases and the click-throughs. Right? This can help customers through this virtual engagement make more informed decisions when selecting furniture, but it can also create a more immersive shopping experience. Relate that to your organizations. In conclusion, creating a great digital experience is just table stakes for businesses who are looking to maximize performance. And if you are not currently creating or honing your consumer experience, you are leaving a significant market share on the table for your competitors and for those of us who do. Your organization must, and there are very few instances where I say must, but your organizations must invest in user-friendly, personalized digital experience powered by these latest technologies in order to be competitive in today's digital landscape. Folks, please, don't sit at the phone booth waiting alone for your customers to come to you. Your customers are waiting for you to leverage these same digital technologies to meet them where they are. And they're ready, where they are, to pay 16% or more for the products that they buy, and they're ready to eat the chocolate. Thank you for your time.